My name is Malena Hernandez. I am a senior here at St. Mary's College with an anthropology and Spanish double major. I'm originally from Mexico, but at age of 3, I moved with my family to Woodland, California, where we are now at. My start with CILSA began my first weekend here at St. Mary's. I was part of Saturday of Service, which took students to Alameda and worked on a garden. And since then, my time here with CILSA and my student involvement with CILSA has been growing ever since. My sophomore year, I became a Bonner leader, and I worked at the Leo Center, which is an after-school tutoring program in the Oakland inner city, working with middle school children. And being part of this direct service truly allowed me to discover different issues that I wasn't able to explore in the classroom. I was able to see that there was many issues that impacted poverty, and it was not just limited to one. It wasn't just that the parents didn't have enough money, but they didn't have the skills to help their children with homework, and the community itself didn't have the value of education as one of its top priorities. Instead, it was this hyper-masculine identity. So the children were not allowed to further explore their own issues, dealing with an array of different circumstances in their own lives. Also, being part of this direct service with the Leo Center allowed me to meet amazing people that have dedicated their lives to service and working with social justice and equality issues. And it made me realize that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. It's not just limited to being a student volunteer and waiting to get a better job when I graduate, but it's something that I could continue for the rest of my life as a career itself. I was able to explore, working at the Leo Center and with CILSA in general, the passion that involves in this certain type of work, and how I'm very passionate about advocacy and trying to change some of the issues that are impacting children every day, and as well as the families. I'm very interested in working in changing policy and being involved in a different dimension of this service and making more equality in our community. I've learned many skills in CILSA. I've learned to articulate my passion and express it to faculty, staff, and students. And as well, I've learned overall leadership skills that I definitely can't get in the classroom, especially this idea of praxis, where I'm able to connect what I learn in the classroom and in theology and tie it to direct service and action. I know it sounds like a cliche, but CILSA definitely has changed me in so many ways. In these past 4 years, being involved with CILSA, my whole time here, I've realized that I'm not the same person, and I'm very grateful for that.
My name is Brad Perry. I'm from Orange County, California, and I'm majoring in chemical engineering. My first CILSA experience was my freshman year when I traveled to New Orleans with Shawnee Anderson and a group of 25 students to help rebuild after the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. We gutted houses, we met the people of the Lower Ninth Ward, and really got to experience and become enriched in a culture that was so much different than ours. That experience led to my deeper involvement in CILSA, and for the past 2 years, I've been serving as an engaged learning facilitator. An engaged learning facilitator is a role in which I help and serve with the faculty, the community partners, and the students to help foster great learning and service learning experiences for the students and everyone involved. That experience, along with my personal service experiences, has led to me finding out about my own critical awareness of who I am as a white male, and how my natural privileges as a white male affect who I am and how I impact people every day. And for CILSA to let you have that experience going beyond the classroom, you get to see how that impacts other people and how that may not always be welcoming to people. I had an experience this past Jan term where I traveled to Oakland and worked with some nonprofits, and my presence was not necessarily at first welcome because they judged me as a white male and felt that my intentions for coming to this nonprofit were not genuine. I had to prove through explaining who I was as a person and what I'm passionate about, that I truly was genuine for being there and that I wanted to make a difference and help other people. Through that experience, not only did I learn so much by helping others and being there and bonding with them, I gained so much from being and learning with them and seeing what they could teach me as well. And you really, and being involved in CILSA does that for you. You don't only just get to sit in the classroom and read text and kind of just absorb material. You get to get out in society and be active and actually enrich yourself in that culture with other people, build relationships, and find out that, you know what, there is a bigger picture. I need to have a critical consciousness, and that I know that there are bigger problems that I can fit in somehow, knowing who I am as a person, my style, my talents, and really make an impact in other people's lives.
My name is Irene Moon, and I'm originally from Korea, and my current major is sociology. My student leadership in CILSA began in my sophomore year as I work at Women's Daytime Driving Center, which is located in Berkeley. In that center, I learned so much personal skills, such as self-initiation, which is a huge thing in nonprofit organization when the environment is really, really busy and there's no staff to help you, and about independence and professionalism. I love the work so much that I want to continue my involvement with CILSA. So in my junior year, I planned, organized many orientations, community nights, and student projects. And one event that I assisted with a fellow student leader in CILSA was Hunger Banquet, an event that educated students, faculty, and staff about hunger issues around the world. And it became a huge success with more than 200 participants. Before CILSA, I came from Mercy Model. I volunteered a lot in my high school and interacted with many nonprofit organizations. And I thought, well, since I'm donating my time, I'm doing community service, I'm a good person. Like, I'm better than others. Like, I'm better than those that I'm helping. But with CILSA, I interacted with many homeless on a very personal level. I had one client who's graduated from UC Berkeley, but who still struggle every day to meet her survival. I met another client who had 3 jobs and worked so hard, and yet still could not make it. And with this personal experience, I learned to be humble. And I became more aware of the unjust, unequal, and unfair system that oppressed the disadvantaged. So CILSA caused me to change my major to sociology because I wanted to learn more about how can this injustice still happen in the society. Before my experience in CILSA, I had heart. I had a compassion, sympathy, even empathy for the disadvantaged. But now, thanks to CILSA, not only I have heart, but I have had intelligence and skill to utilize my effort and hands, where my heart can effectively utilize to promote for better and just society for all.